There's Hopkinson. Something else is about to drop. Not nukes. This is in India. We got hit with a cyclone. All right, howdy, folks. Welcome back. I told you I would be back. And thank you, folks, for taking a moment of your precious time to be here with this precious family. Okay, I think you know how precious it is when we get to the end of the show. Okay, so here we got the loop playing. We're at May 30th, 2024, 5:30, 2024. And there's our loop playing. And you can see we've had clearly this one right here. And then this is the opening right there, secondary one over here, and then our very last one right there coming out at the end right there. Okay, so 3 kind of decent blasts out of it today. Coming some of these spheroid shape things in there. The Spaceballs. How about we call them Spaceballs? I don't know. I couldn't think of a title, and that just popped in my head. Spaceballs. But as you can see right there on closing frame, that one's just wrapped in plasma right there. All right. Opening frame now, 024, May 30th, 2024. All right. So opening frame, we're going to start waltzing through this together. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Here we go. You see this one coming out right here. The instrument's reacting to it. And comes our first space ball. It's a inside slider. All right. Then this event, there's an indentation right here it doesn't look like there's anything, but just kind of watch. There seems to be some kind of, you can see the curvature of plasma right here. There's something in there. Let's zoom in on that frame right there, shall we? Okay, you see what I mean? The curvature right here, there's probably something right about there because we have this curvature of plasma dammed up on the back side right here. Gotta remember, these black spheroids don't reflect light, so they're hard to see. Usually there's a big dent in the instrumentation of where it would be, but notice this strange arc of plasma right there with black, with dark on this side here, and it seems to be dammed up behind one there. I'll kind of let you be the judge of that as we go here. Let me pull this down a little bit. All right, here we go. But you can see how these frames here, there's something. Seems to be something there. And then there's, looks like to be another round object in the behind it too. So couple of them there possibly. And then we have this event at the tail end coming up here in a minute. Coming out down below here will be this event. Oh, here, real quick. Note the spire. See the spire region and everything. And then when this one comes out, it's riding right on that spire. Okay, at this point right here, we have this one right here that's just enveloped in plasma. But there seems to be something maybe out here in front. This looks almost like a cluster of them, with the last one of them here grabbing the plasma. Let me go just a couple more. Right? No, that was the frame right here. I think I went in just a tad too far. Let's go right there. Can you see how this looks like a globule? Like there's one right here. There might be another one here and one up in here. Seems to be almost like a cluster of them right here. And then this one right here has a bunch of, has latched on to a bunch of plasma here. Let's zoom in on that one now. All the way. And lo and behold, it's got a little smiley face on it or something. Let's slide this over a little better. And there we go. And we'll turn it down just a tad bit here. Hopefully you can see a little, looks like a little smiley face on it or something. Crazy there. There it goes. All right. An eye, big old smile, and flames for hair. I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that. But let's kind of scroll down a little bit while we got it like this. And look at this cluster. Something here maybe, something in there. Possibly one maybe in there. I don't know. I'll let you be the judge of that. But look how this shaft right here is all straight. Yet everything else is all bubbly. So, explain that. And then we got this little guy smiling at us with flames for hair. All right, back on out. Brighten that back up a little bit now. There we go. It's probably a little too bright for the camera, but there was that activity for today. Let's get back to normal here. And there was just the frame right before. What the heck? Is that on my screen? Yeah. Okay, good. Almost looked like an even better smiley face there, but there's a couple of dust particles. So all good. All right, and then next frame. Whoops. And then we'll start the loop. Pull it over. I think it's still zoomed in too much. No, that's right. There we go. All right, so there's your activity for today. Let that loop play for a second there again. That one almost had like a little face. It turned and smiled at us as it moved. It kind of, I don't know. I'll let you come over here to this instrument too and look around, play with it. See, if you see something here, you can come over here and check it out. See it for yourself. Also, we have a little activity going in. Whoops. Into tomorrow already. So let me refresh that and go ahead and pick this up real quick too. Okay, it's the tail end of our event down here with a secondary blast there. So we got 19 frames. So there's our first frame. This is the next frame after the smiley face with the flames. And what the heck now? That's here. You guys got to see this. This is too much. Let me dim it down a little bit. And you see the face now, it's even... Here, let's go like this. Okay. Whatever. You gotta remember, these are spiritual events that are happening. A lot of times with this stuff, when you look at it, you're like, what? That doesn't make sense. But then you gotta remember, we're dealing with spiritual events here, okay? This is not we're not in Kansas anymore, Toto, okay? Now let's scooch that back down and continue on. So there's your continuation of that event. And then we have something else that was right here. Another thing was out here. Something reaches out to it, makes a connection. Because look, 324 to... we're missing maybe a frame or two. But it seems like something... One last little spark jumped out there at the end. All right, so there's your activity on the sun. Bunch of Spaceballs. Okay. I don't know. I couldn't think of a different title, so I was just kind of joking around. A long, rough day, so I'm trying to keep my my spirits up here the best I can. One more, please. Thank you. All right, here's goes X-ray flux for today. You can see we've had quite a bumpy day here. There was our activity, and then here's what we just looked at, taking a peek into the future there. All right, so we had this long duration X-flare event yesterday. All right, so that was a lot of energy that we took on, and then when CME gets here, we might get a little side swipe from it. Okay, so let me back out now. And over here, our indices, 173. They're kind of hovering right there right now. Semi-high. We're in the yellow zone right now. Okay, so got to be careful. We have our X flare potential is 35%, 75 on the M flare potential. Okay, we have these two sunspots down here that are both beta, gamma, delta. That's the reasoning for this. We've already had the X 1.4 that was out of region 97. Okay. And then the other region, 91, spit out a bunch of M flares today. Okay. So both of these regions very active. Got to watch them. Our KP or our geomagnetic forecast for the next couple of days. A G2 storm tomorrow, G1 or G2 on the 1st, and then maybe some clearing on the 2nd. All right. Now, here we are at our geomagnetic field, our KP index. We're already at a KP1 right now. KP1. So your auroras right there, they're not showing any yellow right now. They probably were about an hour ago or a couple hours ago. Before that, yeah, they're just kind of coming out of it right now. There's little hint of yellow in the southern one right there. All right, so we did take on a little energy today. We're currently having a G1 storm, okay, and we're predicted to have a G2 tomorrow. Okay, so here we're already starting at 1. Might climb to 2 tomorrow. Okay, it could even climb higher. It depends on what happens. It depends on the shape of our magnetosphere, on our magnetic field, our defense system. Okay, now let's continue on. I'll read that article in just a sec. Let's open up our tracker real quick. And, well, I want much bigger in the face, the whole thing. So let me load this little movie up, get it playing for you real quick. All right, here we go. And you see it just clipping the earth right there. And this is the profile, the north-south side cut. So when you watch it again, it hits us square north and south, and we barely get clipped on the, the right-hand side of the wave. All right, so we might take on a little, well, we're already having G1, so we'll probably have a good G2, possibly G3. Wood spray, it's not that bad, but we are taking on a small impact on the first. All right. Now let's pull back out of that and go read the article. Whoops, one more. Okay, a quieter day on the sun so far on Thursday with only a single low-level M flare detected around 91. The region 91 decayed very slightly during the past 24 hours, but continues to evolve as it transits the northern hemisphere near center disk. The other region of interest, 97, did show some separation between the lead and trailing sections of the group, but during the past 6 hours, new flux emergence was evident. Both regions will remain a threat for at least moderate solar flares during the next 24 hours. And then in other news, the BZ component, this is important too, the BZ component of the interplanetary field, the IMF, has been pointing south again. It's between -6 and -7, all right? We all know that when it gets around -6, it gets a little dangerous, and it's even going to -7 for the past 5 hours. Okay, so unsettled KP of 3, unsettled KP3 to active KP4 geomagnetic conditions will be likely for the remainder of today. A reminder that a coronal mass ejection CME observed on Wednesday is predicted to deliver a glancing blow with our geomagnetic field on Friday. Geomagnetic storm watch will be in effect. You know what? Let's pop this one open instead. It's okay. 97 getting very complex. 91. Oh, dude. We're going to zoom in on this. Sorry, we have to. I'm not a big sunspot kind of guy, but these are getting pretty complex right there. Ooh. What the? Okay. Like 2 eyes and a big old nose and a mouth, wearing some kind of hat. I don't know. I'm just pareidolia, you guys, but it's interesting configuration, to say the least. All right, so very complex. You see how close the red and blues are right here at this point? That is not good. that could spark at any moment. Then you see we also have other red regions, so we could get a negative to positive, negative to positive, negative to positive. It could jump. There's multiple configurations there. Is it a cowboy hat? Is he wearing a cowboy hat or something? I don't know. Very interesting, anyway. Okay, back down to a normal size and the rest of our report. I think we're done there. Yeah, so G2 on tomorrow and on the 1st. Let's get over to spaceweather.com real quick now. Check this out. The geomagnetic storm watch, the G2, forecasters say that the G2 class geomagnetic storms are possible on May 31st when a CME is expected to graze Earth's magnetic field. It was hurled into space by the X-14. Okay, the forecast is uncertain. NOAA's model predicts a stiff glancing blow, while NASA's model suggests a near miss. If an impact does occur, the resulting storm could extend into June 1st. Okay, so it's the same storm, just kind of extending over the transition of the day. Maybe start later on this day and transition into that day. Okay. No models predict the stiff blow, while NASA's the near miss. If an impact does occur, it could be extended to June 1st. All right, now this active air glow boosted by solar activity. Yeah. The pale waves in this movie are not clouds, it's air glow. The air glow above Missouri has been very active this week. Here's the animated GIF from the 28th. Now, air glow is a chemical reaction in Earth's upper atmosphere. It occurs when oxygen atoms and oxygen molecules bump together at about 95 kilometers above the Earth's surface. The collision produces green photons, much like the green of aurora borealis. Okay, solar activity boosts air glow by heating the upper atmosphere. Warmer air causes more collisions and thus more green light to emerge. Well, they should have showed us in green, not in black and white. All right, anyways. Solar activity boosts air glow. Where was I here? Collisions produce green photons. Solar activity boosts air glow by heating the upper atmosphere. Warmer air causes more collisions and thus more green light to emerge. Studies show that air glow is up to 40% brighter when the sun is most active. Indeed, this is why air glow has been relatively bright this week. Solar activity is high. The ripples in Bush's air glow movie are not, however, caused by space weather. Earth weather is to blame. Storms were going on in Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas when this occurred. Convective updrafts from these storms hit the air glow layer, creating a bullseye platform of pressure waves. Ooh, I want to see this bullseye platform of pressure waves. Come on now. Mm-hmm. We've been watching this spheroid effect and stuff. This is different than a bullseye in the sky over Texas. This thin glowing layer of Earth's atmosphere rippling in the wake of a huge thunderstorm. That's huge. Look how big the ripple is from a thunderstorm. And we've seen those spheroid objects creating thunderstorm activity. Air glow, the electromagnetic interaction could be, lighten up the molecules, causing them to glow. Very interesting how we're having this at the same time we're having all this other activity. I thought it was going to be like a chart. I was going to love a nice little cutaway example, but that was the actual picture. I don't know about that. Anyways, we'll move on. You can be the judge of that as well. Now, let's get over here to the Schumann. Please, Lord, can we have the Schumann? All right, there we go. Let's just pull it up a little bit better. Now you can see after we came out of our grinding session, a little weak, but we had some good continuity for a while. Little weakness right here. See that little dark line right in there? It got weak right through there. Bing. Then came back to normal, and now some pressure is built up. It's not a lot, but we're starting to grind a little bit. And it looks like it's tapering off. Let's get a refresh on the data. Okay, so yeah, that's our latest data right there. But you can see the very end of this is tapering off, and it's just ending with a green line right here at the very last line is turned green. So we did have some pressure build up and just a small little bit, but it tapered off already. And let's come on over to our null school here. Got it set up on our upper jet stream. Okay, I'll let that play for a second there. You can see we have this big trough coming out of the Pacific Northwest that just fans out like this. Look how it just fans all the way around like that. That is strange. But something's hooking it back here. So a lot of this is going up into Canada and then staying up in Canada. Here we have this southern fetch going more across Mexico than, Mexico and then just a very small lower part of Texas. Right here over Texas. Funny how it just hits this one spot right here and just splits all up like that and fans out that energy. See, that was all one strong current right there. And something, just the well-placed thing right here has pulled stuff way up and over and driven other stuff down and created like a neutral trough area right in that zone right there. Interesting how this is playing out here. All right, so there's your upper jet. Let's go down a little lower now to the lower jet. You see our correlation there. We'll take this down, back out a little bit. Very powerful southern jet coming out, staying up into Canada, doing that loop-de-loop thing there. Let's get a little lower to our weather now. Now you can see that this big storm up here is, got the tail that's still straggling down, pulling moisture up into the country still from the Gulf region. Okay, and that's that hot, moist air going up in there. Now it's combining with the storm a little further north up here. So we'll see what happens in the next little event here. But look, see this vortex storm? Another one, another one, another one. All right. Now, we just saw the footage of a typhoon hitting India. It looks like Japan's about to have one, possibly. Now, if this thing doesn't get pulled out like that, it might rotate around and make landfall. We'll see what happens here. This is a pretty powerful storm off the coast of Japan right there. And then look at this big old monster swirling out there. What was the other one I was going to show you? This right here. You see that circulation right there in the middle? Watch as we go back up. That's your lower jet stream. That's your upper jet stream. It's like a perfect circle. It's not really connected to anything. It's just like its own little vortex right there up at the upper jet stream. Let's see if it has any impacts in the transition layer. And vortex. Nope. So something in our upper jet stream swirling around a full-on circle right there. And then, like I said, as we go down lower, There's your lower jet, even lower, even lower, even lower. There's your surface. So even at the surface, it's still this big storm, swirling storm out there. And when that going to reach Europe next too. All right, now let me get back up to 850 here. That's better. All right, and we're going to go over to our particulates or to our sandstorm. Okay, I'll leave it just like that. You can see the wind currents bringing it off Africa all the way across the Atlantic and bringing it up into the Gulf region, up into the Caribbean at least. All right, it's getting closer to reaching the Gulf area. We got two little branches of wind kind of pulling up this way and one going right up into the Gulf. So you might get some hazy skies when these winds bring the sand up into the middle part of the country. You can see this little peel off down here. All right, now let's go this way. Oh, Gabe's here? Good, good. Oh, good, good, good. I haven't seen Gabe in a minute. Back to report. So let me take off the winds for a second here because they're kind of interfering. We're looking at our wider spots. This has just always been one big mess. All right, here's a plume going right here. There's another plume up here going. We have this one over here by the Gobi Desert as well, and just small little indications right around there. Some here at the southern part of Saudi Arabia. And something else I want to do here is we can put it at 10 microns. And it puts it in a different color scheme that the screen picks up a little bit better. Now you can see this plume reaching over, getting all the way over here to the Caribbean. Look at this storm in the middle, how it's picked up some of the sand or some of these particulates and it's rotating in that storm. And all these particulates just add more fuel for rain. Okay, so when there's moisture in the air that it needs a particulate to adhere to, and the more particulates there are, the more water the air can hold. All right, so there's your sandstorms. Let's come on over now to chemicals, to our SO2. All right, so here we are, America, the country divided. One side bleeding out, the other side kind of hit and miss, little pocky marky there. And yeah, we can see there's been some flooding in this region right here. See these patches, gray area right there. It's been plugged up the holes where the gas escapes from, so a little bit of flooding in that region probably has plugged it up there, but the rest is still pretty dark. We got a lot of pressure right now. That patch right up there is pretty dark. But oh no, that's our one little dark patch right there. Ooh, excuse me. Let's go down South America. Now, every once in a while, I like to zoom in on this and just show you that these are all individual sites. Okay, it's not like there's one site and it's blowing a plume down the coast here. These are all individual little sites that are all spewing SO2 at different amounts. Okay, here we are at our fulcrum point, and that's the weak spot, the path of least resistance. So there's our darker spot. And tonight it's pretty dark. It's pretty dominant. Okay. It pops out more than the rest. That tells me there's pressure there. Also, the other 2, 3 are kind of there too. This one up top being a little darker Okay, and the two in the middle definitely there, and our new one that has popped up here is there today or tonight. So looks like we have a little bit of activity going on there. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. So as we go on down here, you can see that we got pressure going on. There's a good spot that's intense right there. See that isolated spot right there? So when we're getting isolated spots that are intense like that, that's another indication got a lot of pressure going there, which is good. This is relieving a lot of pressure along this plate boundary, and we haven't had a major earthquake on this plate boundary because of this pressure relieving right there, which is good. Okay, now let's get back over here to China. Pop that back to their daytime. Okay, you can see they have a lot of pressure going. Oh, it's okay. Paul De Niro? No, Danino? It's all good. Hang out. We'll fix the problem. Even if you're trolling, it's okay. I've been a moderator at so many channels, I can fix a troll. But don't get offended. Stick around. When the timeout's lifted or whatever, you can come back. Anyways, you can see we've got a lot of pressure in this area, hit and miss spots and stuff like that. So it's okay if they're drunk trolls. I like drunk trolls. I used to be a drunk troll. There's a very dark patch right there, just jet black dot. All right, see the jet black dot there? Good. That's maximum pressure. Something coming out of that little, there's a good perforation in the crust right there. And then we got another spot right here that's pretty dark. Another spot right there that's pretty dark. Here's another maximum black, little diamond shaped spot right there. Most people don't make a lot of sense. When you've into my perspective, you'll see that most of the world doesn't make much sense anyway. So it's all good. So you can see that some of these regions, like India, it's just perfectly carved out. They got their pressure. Look at China, perfectly carved out with their pressure and stuff. We've also gotten this moving up through this region now, up here into the, well, North and South Korea. Okay, and then we got Japan with their issues as well. They got SO2 coming out of their volcanic system, right, going down their islands. See some of these darker spots up here. Oh, I want to do something real quick. Let's add some fire. See if there's any fires connected to, well, what do you know? Wonder if there's any fires connected to these. Well, hot gas coming out of the ground. I mean, it's been hanging out around magma the whole time. Okay, so the gas that comes out of these perforations is very hot and it starts fires. Okay. A lot of people think it's, the DEW or directed energy weapons starting fires, and nah, that's not the case. And they love it when you think that. Then they can scare you with that too. Yeah, well, careful, we got DEW weapons that we'll get you with, right? Here, let me back this up to our time real quick here, and you'll see up here in Canada what's going on. Oh, we got fires around these spots again. Look at that. All right, so it's not man shooting lasers at the forest, starting forest fires. It's actually being started from underground, and not much you can do about it. That's why they don't kind of tell you guys, because they can't control it. And why should they admit to that? Well, they could just keep playing you. All right, so there's your SO2 report. Let me get the fires out of there now. Whoops. Now let's come on over to our ocean. We're going to get our sea surface temperature anomalies. Well, we're up to the 29th. Okay, this data has been like a day or two behind. So we're just kind of follow a day or two behind with our freshest data. And that looks to be our freshest data right there, because one more day ahead right there. There's nothing. One more jump back. Yeah. So that's our latest data right there. 5/29/24, 5 local. You see the little timestamp right there. Okay. So that was the 29th, yesterday's data. Okay. We've been watching this thing grow in size, connect, and everything. First, it started off at just this little hot patch here. Tamumasi started to glow red, turned orange and yellow. This area had a little red patch. It turned orange and yellow. Now the two patches have connected, and now we have this big fat area right there. And it's growing in size, and it's creeping down into here now. You see yellow creeping down into this region. Okay, so a lot of underwater volcanic activity going on, causing hot water. A lot of hot water in that region. And it's because pressure from down below coming up to the bottom side of the crust, coming up through perforations in the crust, looking for the path of least resistance. The easiest way out is, escaping through the little perforations in the ocean floor and causing, probably underwater vents and activity to go on. You guys want me to do the progress thing? It's kind of scary, but here we go. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate this yellow patch and keep it on the side here, because when I pull up the calendar, you can still see it there. All right. Now, what we're going to do is here we are at the 28th. We're going to take you back 3 weeks. 3 weeks ago on the 7th. All right. Now, when I hit OK, watch the difference between what it looks like now and what it looked like 3 weeks ago. Yeah. Okay. That's what it looked like 3 weeks ago. One week or 2 weeks ago. A week ago. Today. Do you see how quickly it's grown in intensity in the last 3 weeks, in the last month? Here, let's go back a month ago from today. Back to April 28th. You're watching it? Damn. See, this is what I was talking about. Before we were reporting, this little patch, and it was this area, Tamumasi, was starting to turn yellow, and I was getting concerned because this red patch is out here now starting to grow. And that was a month ago. I know. I shouldn't do this because it's just, but we got to. We have to. Ready? Yeah. All right, so a lot of it's growing faster, guys. It's growing fast. Now over here at Taiwan, we have our relief valve doing very well here. See all the cold water right here on the backside, even at the top right here, and the only water that's around it is like very warm. It's not even hot. So pressure down below has been relieved at this fulcrum point, and we're not seeing stuff like this over here because pressure gets relief there. Yes, Iceland's warming up again. Warming up. It's shooting fountains. Curtain fountain. All right, so Taiwan looking pretty good. It's doing its job. See some of these other places, hot water off the coast there, Japan. Um, some places you guys might want to suggest in the chat that you want to see while we're panning around, maybe. Here we are off the coast of South Africa. Very hot plume right there. Look how we have a cold plume opposite, boom, right here in the middle. But then that's on the equator. This is supposed to be the hottest water in the world, and there's a cold plume right on the equator. But look at this up here. This region and off the coast of Africa here getting very, very hot. And maybe we'll do something like this. Let's go back 3 weeks. Dang. Let's go Bing, but let's go back a month. All right, so there's a month ago compared to today. All right, watch over off the coast of Africa there when I do last month compared to now. Yeah. A lot of hot water right through that zone right there. And now growing off the tip. This is not going to be a very good hurricane season. This is going to be devastating. The water's this hot already, and we're not even in June yet. Mind you, it's still May 31st. We're not in June yet. And look at this. Look at the East Coast here. Look at Florida. Look at the Caribbean, how hot this water is getting around that area. This is the fuel for the tornadoes and the violent thunderstorms. This region right here, you know, hurricanes come in here, they hit this hotter water, and they go from Cat 1 to Cat 5 in this area right there. So here we go. Not looking very good. And just to kind of give you reference what your average sea surface temperature is supposed to look like is that. Okay, but we have anomalies that look like that. Standard, anomaly. Look how the anomaly has caused this in the standard. Do you see the, watch, it's there. You see, oh, wow. This is actually changing up our standard surface temperature models. Look at that right there. We might have some nasty hurricanes come out of this to go up the West Coast. Oh, dear Lord, I hope that's not right. Oh, no. Yeah. Wow. Also here, this is causing the cold water separation effect, and we're getting a La Nina out of this. See, look, all the pressure that's been relieved along this coastline with all the SO2, we have cold water all along this coast. Look, there's one small little warm patch, but nothing like the rest of the world. This coastline has all cold water. And it's coming up in here, up into the equatorial zone and creating a La Nina. See all that cold water there where all the SO2, like SO2 gets released all along here, so we have a big relief valve. We have a lot of cold water in the area, but there's no relief valve over on this side, and there's no relief valve over here. We got a lot of hot water. Something going on here on the side of Africa. We probably have something right there that's relieves. But looking around, and then this activity down here is just off the hook. Let me put these currents in there real quick. Now we have hot water pocket to cold water pocket. Hot to cold to hot to cold. This just, your water does not behave this way unless these are thermally induced on the ocean floor, because hot water does not naturally rotate and hit cold water and come out hot again. When you mix hot water with cold water, it does not come out hot. When you mix cold water with hot water, it does not come out cold. Nor does cold hot make cold. So you see, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot. It's just you're either cold or you're hot. Because if you're lukewarm, I'll spit you out. And this huge plume growing off the southern tip of, or the tip of South Africa here. Something going on over here now on this side. Even off the coast of Australia now, down here by Tasmania, creeping up through there. And then here's Java, our relief valve. And look, it's got cold water next to it because it does all the relief. There's no pressure built up there. All right, let's take those currents off. Covered that pretty thoroughly. Yeah. Wow. Okay, let's get on over to our earthquake report. And this is a good test of your faith. You shouldn't be shaken. All right, just get used to seeing this stuff that's shaky and not be shaken by it. Okay, let's get into our earthquake report. Here's our 4.4 down at 336. That's not a deep quake. That's midway up. Here we have a 4.6 at 25 on the boundaries, a 5 at the surface. There's some energy being released at the surface. Right here we have a 5 at the surface, energy being released right there. 4.8 down at 54. That's off of Sumatra right there. Here's our deepest quake, 4.3 down at 475 right there in that little deep area. And then over here, just south of our weak spot, there's a 4.5 at 149 and another 4.8 down at 107. So a little deeper activity right there. It's not super deep, but it's not a surface quake. Now, coming back up, look at this. Here we are, Taiwan, our fulcrum point, doing its job. Mid-range 4 down at 37. Perfect. Here in the South Island of Japan, 4.7 at the surface there. Couple more over here. 4.8, that's 132. 4.6 at 118. Couple of little semi-deep quakes right there. Then really quiet up through here. Okay, we got 4 volcanoes right there relieving a lot of pressure. On this side, we do have something here. 3.6. What's this? 3.2. I don't see anything over the fulcrum point, but yeah, let's go ahead and put on all magnitudes for the U.S. Then we'll get into our USA report now. Okay, so this quake and this quake, our latest one right there is 3.2 energy. I don't really see, what's this? 0.1. .8 here, Petrolia kind of matches up with this right here. Well, this energy, what was the last one right there? 3.3, 3.6 to 3.3. Apex come down 2.8. Let's get up here at Washington. Just a little micro quaking here off of Rainier. Some of St. Helens there too. A little bit down here in Oregon. Here, oh, the geysers. Yay, the geysers are going off again, you guys. That's good news. You see all this? Here, let me just kind of I wish I could just keep the screen white, but you can see a bunch of little microquake in here. 1.8. Yeah, the biggest ones being just under 2. Good, good, good. So that's back to being fully active again. Yeah, good. So that relieves pressure for California a little bit there. And doing beach right here, Pacifica. And then again on this inside fault line, 2.3 here in Fremont. Up in the mountains back here, along the San Ann. Okay, good, good. Everything seems to be doing its job in relieving energy. Just looking around at volcanic sites. Good little separation and small microquaking through there. That's good. What's this little site? Got a couple 2.3 right there. What's this? Nope. Okay, just microquaking through the Southern California region. Let's come out over here. We got a 3.7 up here in South Dakota. That's a diverse quake, wouldn't you say? Not every day do you get a quake up in South Dakota, let alone a 3.7. What's going on up there? Well, it's next to the river. It's not a volcanic site or anything. Yeah, we'll have to watch this area. Little weak spot maybe running down this river might have a little fault line, something that the water crept down through the surface and created a weak spot in that area. Very interesting. South Dakota, huh? All right, here, this is just Oklahoma. We all know what that is. No other stuff out by New York or anything like that. That's good. Fulcrum Point quake here in South America. 4.8 down at 148. That's good. Oh yeah, here. 3.6 in Armenia. And that's it. That's all she wrote. So some diverse quake right there, but just our typical activity. Something that once in a while. Sometimes when our depth says 10, I think that they don't know the depth. They just put 10 sometimes just as a number to throw up there sometimes. And those are the ones that kind of relieve energy at the surface. So when I see an odd one like this, it's not on a plate boundary. It's not on a fulcrum point. It's this odd 5.0 in this bay that, I don't know, it just seems like it would be a little bit deeper in that region. So it might be 5 at the surface, and I might be wrong, but I think sometimes the ones that we report at a depth of 10 aren't always right at the depth of 10. They sometimes might just put that up as a default number because it throws me off sometimes. I'm looking at this going, no, it's not what it should be. Like again, up here in Armenia, well, this isn't in the thick of this mountainous area, so maybe that one might be at 10. What else is going on? Oh, look at this, you guys. What's right next to it? Oh, I don't know, volcanic feature right there. Yeah. Little magma movement around the underneath this. There's the base or the base of the volcano. There's the flanks of it going down into this little valley. There's a little weak spot right there, I bet. Interesting. Okay, that's it for the earthquakes. Now let's come on over to our volcano page. Please, Lord, let it work. All right. And we're already here on the 30th. So here's Ibu at 7,000. Merapi on the island of Java. Hot avalanche of pyroclastic flow out of Merapi. Also on Java, Semeru here had a 15,000 foot blast. That's its like maximum height. All right, so every day it's 14, 15, 14, 15. This Semeru is always going off. So big 15,000 foot out of it. Marapi, which is up on Sumatra, 16,000 feet. It's topping Semeru now. Here's a new one. Dempo on the island of Sumatra. A new eruptive period started the volcano several days ago. On May 27th local time, the Serpentine Tape explosion occurred from the crater lake, ejecting dark masses of tephra approximately 300 meters above the lake. I'd call that active. Yep, add a new one, and it's on Sumatra. I was just telling you, we'll be seeing possible new ones coming online, ones that we haven't heard of. Well, anybody ever heard of Dempo before? Me neither. Sangay, 19,000. Reventador, 14. Sabancaya, 22. White Island, okay, never mind that one. Let's get into, yes, the 30th, which was today, was now yesterday. And here's the 30th. Recahanus. Since yesterday afternoon, the activity at the eruption site has significantly decreased. The eruption has been keeping a reduced level over the last night and this morning, although the vigorous lava fountains have remained constant. Okay. So a little decrease in activity, but the fountains are still remain constant. Mayonne here is 9,000 feet out of Mayonne. And this is one every once in a while I point out it could possibly go from the semi-active to active list. Mayonne. Ibu, 7,000. Senior lawn care, $19 a month. 7,000 out of that one. Luatobi, 7,000. Semeru, 15. Marapi, 16. Ducono, 8. Santa Guido, 14. Fuego, 16. Sangay, 20. Sabancaya, 24. All right, so a lot of big blasts, a lot of pressure coming out, and each one of these blasts just keeps putting more and more particulates in the air. Pretty soon, the air's going to be so thick with particulates, it's going to be hard to breathe. All right, now when this forecast model kind of comes up, all right, we'll hit the play button, let that kind of go through its process while I kind of get rid of some of these instruments. All right. Now with our solar activity coming in, already G1 hitting us tomorrow, expecting G2 and possibly into the first. So these next 48 hours could possibly have added energy to enhance the weather. Okay, so let me slide down, get it nice in position for you. Timestamps up here. I'm going to call them out anyways. This is our current conditions. Nocturnal thunderstorms, severe weather down in Texas, spotty up through here, hitting up into Minnesota. This is our morning time. Last night we were talking about the morning time event here in Texas. All right, so this is going to be catastrophic. In fact, take a peek at my weather radar right now and see what's happening in that region. We'll open it up real quick while we're Let's set it right on that thing, I guess. All right. Let that open up while we're going. So there's your morning time tomorrow, noon, going into what? Louisiana, still up in that area. Watch out. There's the convection tomorrow, Arkansas, Mississippi area. Then nighttime. Now you see how this erupted back behind here? See, there's kind of nothing there. And then after convection, nighttime, poof. So watch back in here. Also, of course, right here and up there at nighttime. So there's sundown, then in nighttime tomorrow, going into the morning of the 1st, noon, convection, nighttime. Okay, with this nocturnal activity in Texas going up through here again. And all these spots could change. There's Louisiana, Mississippi, Indiana, Illinois. It could, pop up here. It could really be intense there. It's very hit and miss. So take heed. The nighttime of the 1st, morning of the 2nd, noon, convection, nighttime. This storm moving in here. Nighttime there. Morning of the 3rd, noon, convection, nighttime. This time up North Dakota. Morning of the 4th, noon, convection, nighttime. Okay, so starting around noon of the 4th, up here in Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan area, there's convection, the end of convection on the 4th, and then the nighttime of the 4th. That could be another devastating event right there. Okay, and that'd be the nighttime of the 4th. And then don't miss this down here. This could pop up down there too. Now, no telling if this is going to shift 10 miles this way, the center of this low. If it moves a little bit this way, north, south, it could change our target area. But for the meantime, that's your target area for the nighttime of the 4th, okay? Morning of the 5th, noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 6th, noon, convection, nighttime. I'd watch out right there in New York on the convection of the 6th. I would really watch out in New York from noon. Well, that will be 2 p.m. till the nighttime out there, out by New York. I'd watch out because, especially after what happened today out there, I know there's going to be ramifications from what happened today there. And watch out. That's June 6th. 6/6. And it may be 6 p.m. instead of 5. So I'd watch out that region. Nighttime the 6th. Morning of the 7th. Noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 8th. Look at this. Morning of the 8th. From nighttime to morning. Look at that. What the? Interesting. Boom. Morning of the 8th. Noon, convection, nighttime. 9th, noon, convection, nighttime. 10th, we're way out there now. Convection, noon, convection, nighttime. 11th, noon, convection, nighttime. What the? What? Look at this low way up here. Okay, so morning of the 11th, let's even go back a little bit. Wow. So it's here. It just sits there. So, okay, so it starts off back here, moves, and then sits here. We're watching this low right here. Because then it does this. That'll be the nighttime of June 11th up in what? Up in northern Montana, Glacier National Park, northern Idaho, going up into Canada there. Very, very severe pinch off weather right there. And then that'll be the morning of the 12th. So look at this. This is going to go from the noontime to convection, nighttime, morning of the 12th. Noon, convection, nighttime of the 12th, 13th, noon, convection, nighttime again. Whoa, that's way out there, though. We got a very, very wild weather pattern. Okay, I showed you these spheroid events happening. They're dictating our weather. We also have enhancement from solar activity. So we're enjoying a new style of weather. Okay, it's a very volatile. It's hard to predict. And did you see this thing come up here and rotate up there? Stop. I just saw that out of the corner of my eye right there. Okay, watch this region as this storm comes in and rotates over that. Right here. Yeah, it's going to be a very wild week of weather here. And it might not just be this region right here that's always getting hit. We might see something back up in here. With that activity right there. Okay, well, we'll watch that closely. Let's pray it changes and that doesn't happen. A lot of this we could pray and everybody just keep your head up, watch your weather. Even if it's supposed to be a clear day, it's just a good idea to kind of make sure. If you're at work, on your break, pop your head out, look up at how well has the clouds in your sky developed so far at that time of day? Are you at noontime and the clouds are, starting to form, or are you peeking out at your time of convection when the sun's going down and you see the tall thunderheads? Or are you peeking out in the morning time, when you first get up to see is there already thunderstorm activity in the morning before the sun has risen? It's just going to be important to watch your weather. Your weather is going to be very volatile here in the future, and it already is. It's already getting volatile, and it's just important that you stay aware of what is due the next day, and then during the course of that day, monitor it. It's also kind of good that maybe you watch some of these meteorologists and storm chasers and learn how to read the clouds and read the sky yourself. Because what happens if this program goes down, the weather announcer system goes down, the power's out in your area, and you want to know if there's storms coming your way? It's good to learn how to read your own sky, maybe even get a book on clouds. They have some cool weather books where it's the middle section is all clouds, pictures of clouds. So you open up and you identify the clouds in the sky by the picture, and it tells you what kind they are. And then in the index, it'll tell you what they are, what to expect. Okay, it's good to learn a little bit of weather. Learn how to read your skies a little bit. Understand that over the course of the day, the sun is hitting the air, causing the air to boil and the clouds to boil and get higher and higher and create thunderheads. The higher the thunderhead gets, well, the more violent the storm you're going to have. They produce hail, high wind, and they build over the course of the day. And typical activity is at sundown. Once the sun has dropped and the energy that lifts the clouds up is gone, now they fall, collapse, and that you get your thunderstorm, your tornado out of it, and the very end of convection. But now we're enjoying a new style of weather. It's air mass collisions happening at night, with warm air colliding with cold air in the middle of the night without the sun causing the convection. All right. So we're having two different styles of weather. And then we're also having this effect here, too. Let me pull this up real quick and tell you about the spheres that I'm talking about here. Yeah. Just scam artists. Oh, the other one, shorts. I do all kinds of stuff here, so little shorts and lives. So this spheroid rotating storm causing effect that we've captured here before. Um, that's one example of it right there, affecting our weather. It's another player in our weather. It's either it's very interesting if this is man doing, weather manipulation. Why would we be doing it and damaging our own sites? That's almost seems like it's something else that's controlling it. Where did it go? Am I online? Yeah. Where did that one go? Oh, there it is. Okay, and here's another example of these spheroid type objects manipulating our weather. Where they're projecting a magnetic field in the air that's causing this, whatever. There's a spheroid shaped event causing the weather to react to such spheroid shape, and then the airflow going over every angle from around the sides, underneath, over the top, all collide on the back at a focal point. And when they collide, they twist and turn into this turbulence of twisting air, twisting much like a rope. And you can see this column of twisting air coming out of the tail of it. All right, so round spheroid object causing weather, its movement causes the rotating funnel cloud up here. We're going to see bigger ones of these that'll hit the ground, and it's just going to be strange weather. So here's when I say we have another player in our weather, I'm talking about this right here. Perfectly round spheroid effect. I've captured it many times. I've been watching some of the new styles that these things are doing. Not all the time do they produce a storm. They can guide one, they can quell one, they can enhance one. Um, at the very beginning of this, there was a smaller one down below. Out front here, and a bigger one from behind came up and pushed the smaller one. That bigger one that I showed you came up and nudged this one right there. And you can see this yellow moisture coming off the back. This would be the top of the sphere. As that air goes over the top of that sphere, it's colder up there. It condenses and turns into heavier rain. Okay. So sometimes these things collide, they bump into each other, they get thrusted, they just that little bump right there. You see the little nudge that it gave? That increased the wind speed of the storm front right there by like 20 miles an hour. So when it hit this area, they were thinking, oh, it's just going to hit at 40 miles an hour. And then all of a sudden it got enhanced, got this little bump and a little jump in speed as well. So these spheroids are doing other stuff to our weather, and it's our other factor in our weather. And it's very, very. I watch these things move like chess pieces. They're orchestrated. They're timed. They're doing a dance like a ballet. Like they're orchestrated. So there's some kind of purpose behind them. And when I see the areas that are getting hit, it kind of points to a certain purpose. All right. So there was all that. I do have a quick reading for you tonight. Let me just kind of look at the chat real quick. Hail in Colorado was crazy. Surfer girl's falling asleep. Tiger Eye is here. He's saying hi to Joanne. Oh, Joanne, thank you for coming here, darling. What's the black color mean? Cindy asked on the SO2. That's the maximum. It's red where I live in Cali. Thank you, girl. All right, ice and warming up again. Tiger Eye is old school. He even says so. I'm old school. And Christy understood it all. Cool. Because it wasn't making a lot of sense, says Tiger Eye. Oh, we're talking about the drunk troll. Is he back? Well, civil defense prepping. Welcome here. Haven't seen you here before. Hail in Colorado was crazy. I saw your comment about your, at the very beginning, working third job or something, would you say, back there? Oh, you were the first one here, but there it was. Anyways, just kind of saying hi to you all. Commenting back to you. All right, and then we'll get to the craziness, the good part of the show, right? That's the guy that you guys came here for. All right, so we can just kind of back up to my channel here. Let's pull out something crazy, shall we? Let's see, I showed you some of those. Oh, I know. Go Faces in the Cloud. And you think the Faces in the Clouds just pareidolia? Well, got some other stuff for you that just gonna make you think a little bit. Where are we at? Right here. That's part 10. There it is. First one. And you know what? This is not. No. We're going to do it this way because it comes out much clearer with the original pictures instead of video to video to another video of a video of a video, videoized to a video. We can go right to the original pictures. And for instance, this face. And we had this butterfly guy. All right. And then, oh, I know. The big bad wolf huffing and puffing and turning into the demon face. And when I see the big bad wolf huffing and puffing and blowing clouds, oh, we got another factor in our weather then too, don't we? What? There's a wolf? No, the spiritual realm is another factor in our weather. It might just be the factor in our weather. Maybe your weather isn't weather, it's the spiritual realm. And then I had the old Grinch here giving me a smile here. And I captured the cat in the hat the other day, which was interesting. Oh, I meant to post another one of that. Here, I wanted to show you community right here, I think. Yeah, it's right there. His eye, the nose, the little mouth. Make out the whisker patch right here. Kind of got the wavy lines in it, but where's my pointer? Oh, I know what I can do. We don't have to do that. We can dim it this way. All right. Hopefully you can see him. An eye, the nose, the mouth right here, this round cartoon face. I've seen this cartoon face before. It's almost like the Cat in the Hat, but it's like the mean Western cat. It's like the bad guy cat wearing a black cowboy hat. See this hat up here? It's like a black cowboy hat. I'm gonna post a picture, the same cloud, just seconds before from zoomed out a little bit. I'll put another picture up that's you can see more of it. But there you can clearly see the round face right there, and that was just what day before yesterday. It was staring at me in the sky. So I got these faces in the clouds that follow me everywhere I go, man. It's just bizarre. Imagine everywhere you go, you're like looking up, these faces in the clouds are looking back at you and smiling and teasing you. And it's like some game or something here. Let me show you these ones too. I've seen you this one before, right? The bisected face right there. Okay, it's got the demon on one side with the pointed ear, eye, half the mouth smiling right there. Then the face is bisected. The other side, I don't know, it looks almost like a Wolverine or Ewok type creature. What would you say? And like I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pictures of that. Here's the wolf turning here. Let's do the wolf right here. Can you see his eye and his nose and his ear? Wait, let's go to a better one. I think that one's a good one right there. Let's go one more. This one. All right, now look into that. You see those eyes? Those eyes are definitely there. That ear is definitely there. That is definitely a wolf with a black nose, with his mouth open, huffing and puffing, blowing your house down. If you're a little pig. Okay, and then one day this thing pops out of the clouds. There's an eye with a pupil. There's teeth in the mouth. He's got a big old long pointy nose and a goatee. And this, look, another picture. It's a real cloud, the real event. See the teeth in there? See the eye? And then as I pull back, look how far this has dropped out of our main cloud deck. Our main cloud deck is way up here. This thing has descended down a couple 1,000 feet and produced this big face right here smiling at me. And then there was this guy, big old cat eye right here. This guy reminds me of the like the rodent that's on Jabba's lap. And then those 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pictures all put together in the flip book is that one of him lifting his eyebrows at you. All right. And these are just some of the albums. Whoopsie. This is the day of all the pictures. Each picture, some are in black and white, some are in blue, white, because the time of the day, the way the light was hitting the camera, I guess, or whatever. But there's our mountain, and there's the face hovering right over it. Here, let's pull up that one right there. Okay, so that's what this stuff looks like. So go in. So it's more like this in your face. Sometimes it's so big in your face like this, you can't see it. It just looks like a cloudy sky. It's not until you pull back that you can see it a little bit better. Notice the further back we go, the clearer it gets. Now you can see the crown really defined. Here I've rotated it so you can see it. Now but tilt your head. That one too. Then turned into the little lion face right there. Then this activity was going on at the same time in a different quadrant of the sky. So I'm taking pictures of this. I'm turning, taking pictures back over here. And you can see this little face popping out, 2 eyes, nose, mouth, this little guy popping out of the clouds right here. Then I turn back to this and it's changed. Now we have, well, let's go to a little bit better picture here. Look at this guy, he's smiling, growing little horns now. And now this cloud has changed now to this little, like, well, it looks like a little gremlin or a goblin, and he's covering one eye with his hand. Here's one eye, here's his mouth and his ear, and he's covering his other eye with his hand right here. So this little goblin face covering his eye with his hand. And then there's some kind of troll looking kind of mopey right here. And then you see as you pull back how defined they are at this dimension. When you're way back further, you can see it much more defined. And I'm doing this to kind of show you these are all authentic pictures. Okay, it's not like I'm a master of what's the program thing. Well, see, that tells you right there. I don't even know what the heck it's called. Photoshop. There we go, Photoshop. But here's the Grinch showing up in the clouds. And what happened on this day? This is the same parking lot. All right, same area. And as we pulled up, remember the little pug face guy I showed you before? See this eyes and little mouth right here? This little face turns into this guy right there. The 2 eyes, the little nose, and the pug mouth right there. So that little guy was hanging out as I went into the store. There's the last few pictures I took of him right there. And then when I come out of the store, it's changed into the Grinch. And then as we keep panning down, you'll see these pictures here. The Grinch starts to grow horns. And all of a sudden, boom, 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 the Grinch starts to turn into the dragon. You see the dragon right here in this one. Well, let's go back a little bit. I think this is our, well, maybe that one's our best pick. Nah, I think it's better when we just have it back like this, huh? because now you can see the progression, how the horns grew up and it turned the flange on the sides of the face filled in, and it turns from the Grinch into the dragon. And then here's another event. Couldn't really see what was going on in it, but I just took some pictures of it anyway. I take a lot of pictures. I'm like a photographer guy. Think you can see it right in that one right there. The two eyes, the nose, the mouth, the face. And when you guys are looking at this, this is the activity. This is what it looks like. All right. So when you're looking up at your skies, you'll know how to recognize it. And when you start to see these things in your sky really happening, go watch a storm chaser video and look at the clouds that they're driving up to. They're driving up to a storm that's watching them. That's got eyes and looking down at them and sees them approaching, and the face actually smiles. Well, 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 what have we got here? Some storm chasers. And it's awesome to watch when you see it happen, and you're just gonna go, what? Well, you're already going, what? All right, that was that one here. Just trying to kind of go through some of these. So you can see that I'm not like a Photoshopper. I take a lot of pictures. And in these get captured these events. Here's this one with the Revelation 12 baby, the labor pains right there. So I took a picture of this cloud, turned, took a couple of pictures over here, this one, turned back, took a few more pictures of that one, turned back, took more pictures over here. Here's the Tom and Jerry the mouse sitting on top of the dog's head. Here's his ears coming up. He's pulling open the eyes, making this character see for the first time. And when he finally sees, his tongue sticks out. And turns into this Toth-looking character, bird creature with a beak that actually turns more into a wolf face here. Towards the end, this is the nose. Here's the two eyes in the middle of the snout, run in between the eyes of a wolf. That'd be a wolf head, right? Well, more like right there is a good one. So these things transform and change from one thing to another, to another, to another. It just depends on how long I can hold up the camera. Because as soon as I let go, put my arms down, then it all stops. Well, it used to. Now it's kind of the opposite. It's constantly going. And when I lift up my camera to take some pictures, it'll diffuse now, and I'm not able to capture it as well. Kind of the opposite effect. I think it's because it's a pain thing. Like when I'm in pain. And used to be the pain was lifting the camera and holding the camera up, right? That induced the pain, which induced the cloud activity. But now things are different. My body's shattered and I'm in excruciating pain all the time. And well, that's the activities happening in the clouds all the time. So it's because I'm constantly in pain all the time. Look at this little angel dancing right here on this one. Can you see it right there? I think I had that one put into motion somewhere. But just kind of going through, just give you examples of what I do. I take a bunch of pictures and kind of hold the camera still in one spot, let it form. and then try to document as much of it as I can. Okay. Oh, Jesus, in the clouds again. Oh, wait. I want the actual GIF that I made of it now. So that's in the favorites. Okay, so just so you kind of, guys, it's important that you see that these are real images, okay? That this isn't fake. That's the trust right there. Once you have that trust and you understand that this is real, you can put your trust in it. You can put your trust in it. Now it is real. This is your foundation right there. A 2,000-year-old prophecy came true on Easter. I mean, the Revelation 12 star alignment should have gotten everybody's attention. That happened in the stars. There's the only person that can control that is God. And it happened. A 2,000-year-old prophecy came true right when it said it would. It was laid out in the stars. And what was it? 13 days before that star alignment is when my life changed. Right before that star alignment and right after it. And my life has been a roller coaster ride ever since. And let's just do one more real quick and then we'll do our reading. What's important? Where were we? What, that one? Oh, yeah. Okay, just real quick here. I don't really like to glorify this one, but it's important that you know the opposite side of the story as well. It's not just all angels and cupcakes and stuff. There's demons and principalities too. Fighting angels and Mary and stuff, but there's also demons, and I've also found Satan in this stuff too. So as we're looking here at this picture, what I'm talking about is in this mosaic of blotchy white dots that you see this picture is comprised of. When you zoom in really tight in on a picture, you'll see that it's made up of these splotchy little patches and dots. These new digital cameras make these little blotches. Well, hiding in these blotches are faces. And if you haven't seen it yet, there's an eye right here and an eye right here. And when you make eye contact with these two eyes right here, you'll see the mouth fall into place down here. It's snarling. If you look, it's got some kind of streaks or horns or something or wrinkles coming out of its head up here. And this is some kind of demon or principality. You know, other people refer to them as principalities, but this is what I'm talking about, and hopefully you can see this here. This is a pupil right here of an eye. This is a pupil of a bigger eye. Here's the whites of the eye, the white of this eye. These two eyes. Once you look at those, you'll see it falls into place. Maybe I'll pull back a little bit. Okay, so you can see a little bit. Now we're going to go real quick to this. Intense. Oh, come on. Need a place to play D&D online for free? We've got that. Hurry up, dude. Your next session from anywhere with Roll20. All right, so what I'm trying to show you here is... Howdy, folks. Welcome back. So these faces that I've been showing you in the last few videos that are in the etherical or in that mosaic that I was talking about are not only taking place there, but now they're taking shape in our clouds. And with this new filter, I was able to go through some of these pictures, and it really makes them pop. Okay, so now this activity is now taking place in the clouds, okay? Real activity. In fact, so real that, well, this was captured over Slovakia. Wait, where'd it go? Part of All right, strange sounds over Slovakia here. Now, they were recording the sounds, but there's actually a big face in the clouds looking down on the people, screaming and growling and spitting lightning at them. It's at a different pace, at a different tempo. It's in a different dimension. So it's actually it's happening slowly. So if we speed up the sound or speed up the video, we'll catch it a little bit. Okay, that's a real event. It has already happened. Okay, 2 eyes, the nose, the mouth, is wearing a crown. There's a gem like right in the third eye of the crown right there. Look. All right, let me slow this down real quick to the opposite end because I want you to note where the lightning bolt comes out of. I'll turn the volume down. Comes right out of its mouth. This thing is growling and spitting lightning at the ground. It's coming right out of the mouth of that face. Okay, one more time. This is the spiritual realm. I've told you the spiritual realm's in charge of the weather. The man's doing this. No. It's because God's here. Can't you tell? Okay, I want you to notice something. You see this white bridge over the nose right here? Do you see that? That little white arc over the nose right there? See the same white arc over that nose there too, don't you? Do you see that white arc over the nose right there? Whoops. See it right there? I know what that's for. I know what that's. He has a broken nose. Okay? His nose has been broken. Imagine somebody breaking your nose, punching you in the face and breaking your nose, and then punching that broken nose again. And then while it's broken and bleeding, punching at it again and having your nose broken, shattered. It's not just broken, it's shattered. Okay? You got this big scar over his nose because he's had his nose broken so many times. It's the same face. That's the same face. That's the same person. And if that's the same person, Interesting, huh? Yeah, this stuff happens all around me everywhere I go. And now it's starting to happen in other countries. And you saw what happened right there. The reason why I show you that is because that's a taste of things to come, right? You see it has already taken place. So the idea of it happening now is isn't all that far fetched. The idea of something, an event like this happening, is not far fetched anymore, is it? It's not far fetched anymore, is it? Unlike mine, that's a bunch of pictures together in a flip book. This is somebody else's video. I didn't take this video. Somebody in Slovakia heard strange sounds in the sky and was filming what they thought was a storm, but it's really God showing up, letting Slovakia know. Okay, so important that you know what's going on here. And this is another face to read to, even though it looks spooky and it's spitting lightning or whatever. That's still your savior. He's scaring the bad guys. These people they're not helping us. They're not helping us, right? So he's giving them a warning. So even though we've shown this video before and stuff, this is another face to read to. Okay, still the same guy. Okay, he's just letting the bad guys know, yo, there's a warning. And where is it? Right there. Oh well, we captured where it was spitting lightning. Okay, and growling, and it's in a different dimension. Here, let's play it at regular speed. You want to hear it at regular speed? It's different. Normal speed.
Calculeer облак. Create.
See how this is dropped down from the clouds? That one dropped down from the clouds too. And then those musical tones in the background, that harmonic, like almost pipe organ type effect coming at the same time. So not only is the thing growling, there are, well, musical tones or musical notes being played along with it too. So very, 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 well, interesting times we live in, huh? Now let's get away from the mean old guy and back to your foundation there. Okay. Now we looked at some pretty disturbing stuff tonight. All right. This is this channel is not easy to watch. Okay. We deal with topics that are, well, when you see the reality in them and you see the truth in them, they become disturbing. So that is not supposed to be disturbing you. Everything that I show you is supposed to reinforce what we have already known. Okay, so Everybody take a few deep breaths with me here. I'm going to do it myself because I need to. I can't tell you guys yet. I'm in the middle of something right now, and it's just, I need this show just as much as you do. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple deep breaths with you here. Maybe one more. Crack your back, crack your neck, stretch, do something. Get all settled in, get comfortable, and sit quietly in my presence while I bless you. Make your mind like a still of pool water, ready to receive whatever thoughts I drop into it. Rest in my sufficiency as you consider the challenges of each day and each day presents. So rest, consider the challenges that each day presents, and do not wear yourself out by worrying about whether you can cope with the pressures. Okay? Don't wear yourself out worrying about whether you can cope with the pressure. Keep looking to me and communicating with me as we walk through each day together. Take time to rest by the wayside, for I am not in a hurry. A leisurely pace accomplishes more than a hurried striving. Did you get that part? Have you guys found that yet? Have you practiced taking a leisurely pace instead of this hurried striving? Because when you rush, you forget who you are and whose you are. Remember that you are now royalty in my kingdom. So, when things seem to be going all wrong, stop and affirm your trust in me. Calmly bring these matters to me and leave them in my capable hands. Then, simply do the next thing. Stay in touch with me through thankful, trusting prayers, resting in my sovereign control. Rejoice in me. Exult in the God of your salvation. As you trust in me, I make your feet like the feet of a deer. I enable you to walk and make progress upon your high places of trouble. Don't I? So, I enable you to walk and make progress now upon your high places of trouble, suffering, and responsibility. You guys are actually taking responsibility and for your part and keeping your side of the street clean, right? So you're taking that responsibility. Since you've been here, I've enabled you to walk and make progress in the high places. Okay. It's not like you were paralyzed and you came here and now all of a sudden you're miraculously walking. No, I enabled you to walk and make progress in the high places of trouble, suffering, and responsibility. You thought they were low places. Those are high places. Now, all of this trying to understand is just, it's too much. So understanding will never bring you peace. That's why I've instructed you to trust in me, not in your understanding. Human beings have a voracious appetite for trying to figure things out in order to gain a sense of mastery over their lives. How many of you are tired of doing that? How many of you are tired of trying to figure things out so you can gain a sense of mastery over your life? But the world presents you with an endless series of problems instead. See, you're trying to figure things out, they just keep giving you more problems. And as soon as you master one set of those problems, another set pops up to challenge you. The relief you had and the relief you had anticipated is short lived. So your mind is gearing up again, searching for understanding, which is mastery, instead of just seeking me, your master. Quit trying to master everything, just seek me. I'm the master. The wisest of all men, Solomon, could never think his way through to peace. His vast understanding resulted in feelings of futility rather than fulfillment. Finally, he lost his way and he succumbed to the will of his wives by worshiping idols. So, my peace is not an elusive goal hidden at the center of some complicated maze. Actually, you are always enveloped in peace, which is inherent in my presence. So as you look to me, you gain awareness of this precious peace. When you look at me now, you're getting awareness of this precious peace that transcends your circumstances. It's priceless, isn't it? You can see how important this piece is going to be when you're looking. You saw what happened today, right? Everybody's losing their minds. What happened today? That's why you come here. Look at me. Listen to me. Receive some peace. All that stuff is political theater. You're always enveloped in peace. It's inherent in my presence. And you are now in my presence. So as you look to me, you gain awareness of this precious peace. Precious. You're precious. This precious family, your precious time here at this channel. I use that term precious for a reason. It's not like Gollum in the ring, oh, my precious. No, it's a real term. So, listen to this. I speak to you from the deepest heaven. You hear me in the depths of your being, because deep calls unto deep. So if you hear me, I speak to you from deepest heaven. And if you hear me in the depths of your being too. If you hear me in the depths of your being, well, that's deep calling unto deep. That means you are who I say you are, and I am who you say I am. Okay, deep calls unto deep. You're blessed. Oh, how do I say this? Oh, God, it's going to come off weird. I don't want it to come off weird. All right, let me just try it again. I speak to you from deepest heaven. You hear me in the depths of your being. If you do, deep calls unto deep. You are blessed to hear me so directly. You are blessed to hear me so directly. Never take this privilege for granted. The best response is a heart overflowing with gratitude. I am training you. I am training you to cultivate a thankful mindset. This is like building your house on a firm rock. on a firm foundation where this is like building your house on the firm rock, the firm foundation where life's storms can't shake you. What can't shake you anymore? Life's storms can't shake you anymore. Because this is like building your house on a firm rock or a firm foundation where life's storms cannot shake you. And as you learn through these lessons, you are to teach them to others. I will open up the way before you, one step at a time. That's a whole nother lesson. But I can steal from we'll borrow from the next lesson a little bit, and I'll use part of it as a closing for this one. Also, before I get into this last closing, the term holy does not mean a perfect goody-goody, moral, upstanding, perfect person. The term holy means set aside for divine purposes. Okay, holy means you have been chosen. You have been set aside for sacred purpose. That's what holy means, okay? Now, I want you to look at that, breathe, and relax in my healing, holy presence. Relax in my healing, holy presence. Allow me to transform you through this time alone with me. As your thoughts center more and more on me, trust displaces fear and worry. Your mind is somewhat like a seesaw. As your trust in me goes up, fear and worry automatically go down. Time spent with me not only increases your trust, it also helps you discern what is important and what is not. Energy and time are precious, limited resources. Therefore, you need to use them wisely, focusing on what is truly important. As you walk close to me, saturating your mind with scripture, I will show you how to spend your time and energy. My word is a lamp to your feet. My presence is a light for your path now. Okay? Relax in my healing, holy presence. Allow me to transform you. Displace fear and worry. Replace it with trust. The more you trust in me, the teeter-totter goes down. As you trust in me, the teeter-totter goes up, and fear and worry automatically go down. So you got to get that teeter-totter idea in your mind. And when you are having fear and worry, you're worried and you're fearful about what's going on, throw a big old lump of your trust on the other side of that teeter-totter. And your trust in me will go up while the fear and worry automatically go down. They don't just kind of go down, they automatically go down. It's a action reaction. As your trust in me goes up, fear and worry go down. Time spent with me not only increases your trust, it helps you discern what is important. And what's important? Time and energy. Because your energy and time are precious. You need to use them wisely, focusing on what's important. As you walk close to me, saturating your mind with scripture, I show you how to spend your time and energy. I'm showing you how to spend your time and energy. throughout the course of your day. Because we worry, we fret, and we go around in circles trying to rush things, and it's not productive. You can be more productive at a slower, more methodical, relaxed pace because your energy and time are precious. And I will show you how to spend your time and energy wisely. My word is a lamp to your feet, isn't it? If you answered yes, then you are displaying your trust. My word indeed is a lamp to your feet. My presence now here on this planet with you here in this moment on this channel. My presence is a light for your path. Your path looks dark. You're going to need a light. My word is that light. My presence is that light. So relax in my healing, holy presence. Be transformed through your mind and heart. Okay? Because I love you. I miss you guys. I know you from before you were born. You don't remember me, but I know you. And when we're going to reunite, you'll be like, oh, all these great memories. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, yeah, it's going to be wonderful to reunite with the family. All right? And if you see me here in the clouds and it's fascinating and you're just intrigued and you're caught up with me in the clouds, well, then you're listening to me live on YouTube in cyberspace, the air of cyberspace. We've met in the air. You saw the signs happening. You looked up. You saw me coming in the clouds with power and great authority. You're caught up with me in the clouds. We've met in the air now. Another thing that I'm going to explain to you guys, and this is very important. Some of you will see me and not taste death. Everybody thinks that, oh, yay, I might get out of dying. No, it doesn't say you get out of dying. It says some of you will see me and not taste death. Most people have to die to see me. But you are alive right now, aren't you? Are you? Are you alive in there? Are you still conscious? Are you with me? Oh, good, good, good. So you are alive, and you do see me while you're still alive. Think about that. Wrap your head around that. You have technically what you guys call raptured. You've been raptured, even though that word is not in the Bible, and everybody has their heart set on this concept that is not in the Bible. The concept of rapture is not in the Bible. It does not say you will be lifted up into the air and hover and levitate in midair with Jesus. No. It says when you see these things come to pass, look up. You will see me coming in the clouds. Oh, these are clouds. This is me in the clouds. You see me coming in the clouds. You're raptured. You have this new feeling inside of you. It's a feeling. It's not a Hollywood thing where you're levitating in the air. Your faith has been completed to knowing now. You still have your faith as well. It's not gone. It's just stronger. It's completed. I began your faith. I will finish it. And this is the finishing of your faith. Now you know. just like the people 2,000 years ago. Not everybody put their trust, but the people that did knew. Well, it's the same way this way. Same time this way. Same way this time. Why would it be any different? The Word was made flesh. The Word was not made cloud. The Word was not made a book. The Word was made flesh. Why? Why did Jesus why does God want to be in the flesh? So he can come down and hang out with his creation. You guys are modeled after me. Okay. How else am I supposed to hang out with my peeps? All right. And it says, you will see me coming in the clouds. The Word is made flesh. I'm coming back as a man, not as a cloud. All right. Jesus walked the earth as a man, right? So why would it be impossible for that to happen the second time? Well, I just don't understand the reasoning where everybody's like, nope, it couldn't be walking around as a man. No, that's not what it says. It's like, you guys read what it says? Or do you just like take somebody else's word for what it says? It's kind of like getting a new toy or a new product. You open up the directions and then don't do what the directions say. And directions say, insert slot A into tab A into slot B, and you're like, oh, it says set it on fire and tear it up and stomp it on the ground. No, it's not what it said at all. And it's important that you read Scripture because it will speak to you spiritually. You will discern the meaning of Scripture spiritually, not from somebody else going, hey, it means that. No. The dragon appeared in front of the woman, before the woman. The dragon showed up 13 days before the Revelation 12 star alignment. And then another sign appeared. A great dragon stood in front of the woman. Everybody thinks that the dragon came after, because it says, then another sign appeared. That makes it sound like it came after, but it says the dragon stood in front. Oh, whoops. What part? You just take that part out and delete that part and stick with what you like? Or do you really take the actual words that are there and apply them? Because it does not say you will be lifted up and levitate in the air. It says you will be caught up. What does the term caught up mean? Caught up. Why does everybody have issues with what the term caught up means? Are you just too lazy to look it up in the dictionary? Are you too lazy to just kind of do a little research and find out that you get caught up in a song, or you get caught up in a book, or you get caught up in a good movie? You're interested, you're intrigued, caught up in it. Well, you see this, it's interesting, it's intriguing, you get caught up, and it's me in the clouds that you're looking at. You're caught up with me in the clouds. It's spelled out for you. It's just whether you learn how to read or not, I guess. Anyways, it's very important that you guys understand how precious you are, where you stand now, okay? This gives you your identity now. You are truly a child of God if you choose to be. It's your choice. There's no one sitting there twisting your arm making you, okay? You can choose to root for the good guy, or you can go just dwell in evil and violence and all the stuff that this world has to offer. But there is peace that transcends all circumstances. It can be found. It is for real. I'm a real person walking the earth right now. And my presence here is evident all over the world. You see all the calamity that's going on. Yeah. And you guys don't have anything to fear. All right? It's because I love you. I miss you. And until my next show, I will be back. I'm a man of my word. When I say I will be back, I come back. Unlike a lot of other. I will be back. I am already back. And I am still to come, too. So hold on tight. I love you all. And until the next show. Ooh, that's right. Guess who run? That's right. All right. I love you all. Thank you, Watchwoman. Thank you, Kung Fu Grasshopper. Thank you, New Insight and Surfer Girl and Leslie. Oh, we got all the good ones here. Handpicked. And if you're at this channel, it's you didn't get here by accident. Let's just say that, okay? You're here for a reason. You made it. And you're already getting glimpses of heaven here, okay? And I love you all. I'll be back. Bye.